6. Tissues. Tissues. All living organisms are made up of cells. We define cell as the basic structural and functional unit of a living organism. On the basis of number of cells, organisms are classified into two types: unicellular organism, multicellular organism. Unicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms are made up of single cell. In such organisms, all functions are carried out by this single cell. Example, amoeba, chlorella. In amoeba, a single cell carries out movement, intake of food, respiration, and excretion. Multicellular organisms. Multicellular organisms are made up of many cells. In such organisms, various functions are carried out by a variety of cells. Example, in human beings, muscle cells contract and relax to cause movement. Nerve cells carry messages. Red blood cells transport oxygen. Xylem transports water and minerals, and phloem transports food in plants. Hence, multicellular organisms are complex in nature. In living organisms, each specialized function is taken up by a group of cells at a definite place in the body. Such a group of cells, which is similar in structure and work together, is called a tissue. Example, blood, muscles, xylem, phloem, and cambium are different kinds of tissues. In multicellular organisms, different types of cells perform different functions. This type of distribution of functions is called division of labor. Thus, a group of cells having same origin and structure and performing a particular function is called a tissue. Can you tell the difference between plants and animals? Do they have the same structure and function? Plants and animals are differentiated on the basis of various characteristics. Functional and structural differences. Plants and animals show structural differences as well as functional differences. Plants are immobile. They prepare their food by themselves. They are autotrophic in nature. Animals are mobile. They have to move around in search of food, mates, and shelter. They cannot prepare their food on their own. In other words, they are heterotrophic in nature. Growth of plants is indefinite. It is restricted to tips of stem and roots. Some young tissues in plants divide throughout their life. These tissues are localized in certain regions. Based on the dividing capacity, plant tissues are classified as A. Growing or meristematic tissue, and B. Permanent tissue. The cell wall in plants is made up of cellulose. The growth in animals is limited. Cell growth in animals is more uniform. There is no demarcation of dividing and non-dividing regions in animals. There is no cell wall. The structural organization of organs and organ systems is more localized and specialized in complex animals than in complex plants. Due to this difference, the animals and plants get modified accordingly and adapt themselves to survive in the environment. This modification includes feeding methods of plants and animals. Plants are adapted for a sedentary existence and animals are adapted to active locomotion. This adaptation contributes to the changes in the organ system design of an organism.